Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you're all having an amazing day so far and happy Friday. Today is your end of week check in here on the Magnetize Yourself channel. So, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you are new here, then welcome. My name is Infinity, and it's so wonderful to meet you virtually here on this platform. I really do consider all of these videos co-creations. So I want to start off by just giving a huge thank you to each and every one of you here listening, whether you've been here from the very beginning of the channel or whether this is your very first time here. I really have enjoyed being part of this space and being able to create all of these videos and messages along with you. So I really feel that the work we're doing here is so powerful on the planet. I know that so many of you are sharing your light, your love, your creative energy in so many different ways all over the world. And it's so beautiful to hear about your personal journeys in the comment section. I know that many of you sometimes feel guided to share comments about your own journey as well. And I am so grateful that you take the time to share this space and to share your journey here. So I am going to go ahead and get started with the traditional tarot cards. While I'm shuffling, feel free to transmit your intentions for this reading. If there's anything specific you'd like to hear about, you can do this really any way that feels aligned for you, whether that's meditating on your intentions or liking the video, subscribing to the channel. These are virtual forms of energetic transference, so that can at times help me to pick up on your energy and your intentions more easily. But again, do whatever you feel guided to do, and the energy that you transmit will be picked up and included in some way in this reading. Do keep in mind that I channel many different people, situations, and groups, so always use your intuition and only take the messages that apply for you personally. Okay, so right away, the first card I'm pulling here is the Star, and I'm hearing the revival of a dream. And temperance reversed. It's time. The time is now. So, what I'm getting is that there's some kind of dream for you that's been revived. And I feel that in the past, there may have been some kind of disappointment here, or you may have thought that the universe was telling you, no, this isn't going to happen because things felt so delayed. It felt like it was taking a really long time, or maybe that it wasn't aligned for you. And so what I'm getting is you may have gone down some kind of different pathway because you thought, I'm hearing the words original dream, like there was an original dream here. Maybe something that you loved as a child, or some kind of goal that you once had, or a hobby or interest that you once had, a dream job, like whatever this is for you. Maybe even a relationship or connection. I feel like there's something that you kind of buried within yourself because there was some sort of disappointment. There was the feeling as though it wasn't going to happen, but I keep getting the words preparation and initiation. So what I'm picking up is that while you may have thought to yourself that this dream was being stalled or that it was never going to happen, I'm hearing it wasn't buried, it was planted. You felt like you were burying this dream within yourself, but you were actually planting it. And this entire time, as you've been going down this different pathway, which by the way, hasn't been a detour either, because the temptation, of course, here would be to say, well, should I just have pursued that original dream right from the beginning or gone down that pathway? But the message I'm getting is you needed to bury the dream in order for it to be planted. And you had to go down this other pathway to undergo a kind of deep soul initiation that I'm hearing would prepare you not only to be able to manifest this dream, but to be able to sustain it long term. Because what I'm getting is that You could have manifested that dream maybe months ago or years ago. But the thing is, it feels like for some reason it wouldn't have been sustainable if you had achieved it at the time. Like, yes, you may have had some kind of breakthrough or temporary success, but it wouldn't have been as holistic and as harmonious and as sustainable as it will be now. This is because you needed to undergo that initiation, that preparation process. But again, I keep picking up the time is now. I'm getting letter initials CHLOE, which of course could spell the name Chloe for some of you listening. But the feeling I'm getting is that you may suddenly feel a push towards this original dream, towards whatever it is that you buried because of disappointment. And I'm hearing the words don't hesitate. Meaning, if your intuition is pushing you to start taking steps in that direction, don't allow your mind to overpower your heart. Don't allow your mind to confuse you and make you wonder, am I going down the right path? Should I really be pursuing this? Should I really be revisiting this dream? You're not revisiting it like going into a past timeline or a past version of yourself. You're harvesting it. Again, like you didn't bury this dream, even though it felt that way and may have looked that way to others. You were planting it in the ground, and it's been growing in the invisible realm this entire time because it's been planted. Yeah, that's the message I keep getting, is like you thought you buried the dream, but you were actually planting the dream, and beneath the surface, it's been germinating, it's been sprouting, it's been growing this entire time. And now you're feeling this push to take action because the harvest is here, because it's ripe, because it's ready for you now in a way that, well, I'm hearing also you are ready for it. It's ready for you and you're ready for it. Because when I think into this preparation, this initiation, I'm getting the word confidence. And I'm getting that you knew that when you manifested this dream, I'm talking about the knowledge you had on a soul level, a deeper level. Your soul knew, I don't know what this dream is for you, but it's big. I feel I'm speaking to a very rare collective that has always had these grand dreams and visions. And I'm hearing you've always known you were destined for some kind of spotlight. Now, this doesn't have to be fame in the traditional sense, although it can be for some of you. But I'm getting that you were meant to have a light shone on you in some way, either on your work or on something that you create or do, or some pathway that you're following. You're meant to have some level of really massive impact on a planetary level. Your energy, I'm hearing it's too powerful not to be felt. And from a young age, you may have felt like you were almost like this supernova of energy, of light, of dreams and visions. And at times, you may have felt as though your life has been a series of different people and things and environments trying to contain or understand or kind of restrict that supernova of energy within you to make themselves feel more comfortable. Or maybe society has tried to do that to you just to feel like they can categorize you, label you, understand you. But you've always known that you were not meant to be chained or restricted or to have these parts of yourself stifled. And this is why your whole life you've always felt this restlessness that at times may have felt delusional. And you may have wondered, why could I never just settle into what felt like an ordinary or conventional life? Why was I always kind of like bursting at the seams of that conventionality? And it's because not only were you never meant to be contained by conventionality, but your soul quite literally cannot be contained by conventionality. You have been, I just keep hearing like supernova of energy. You've been meant to shine. You've been meant to have this worldwide impact. Again, whether that's being in a literal spotlight or whether that's the quantum ripple effect of your energy. And in either case, the impact is equally powerful. It's just about how it's perceived in the physical, and you will know which way this connects for you. But I'm getting that your dreams, for some of you, if you've had dreams of being famous or in the spotlight or having some kind of public success, these dreams were never egotistical. This was intuitive. This was your higher knowing, your soul recognizing that you have something precious that's meant to be shared on a global scale. And for a while, again, you may have felt like you buried those dreams, but it's because you were being sent down this initiation. It's almost like the universe heard your call maybe years ago. I'm hearing wishing on a star. I feel like for some of you, you wished on a star, or you made a request to the universe, or you cried out to God, the universe, your higher power, whatever you conceptualize as the forces guiding our lives or connecting with us here on earth. And I feel that you requested that your life have an impact. You requested that you find some way to share yourself or your gifts or your art or your voice or your talents with the world. And the moment that you did that, you changed the game. Because what I'm getting is you can look back and see that after that moment, you were sent on this trajectory of spiritual awakening. When you requested for your life to have that kind of impact, you didn't know it consciously, but you were asking to be transformed in such a way that you could sustain the kind of impact that you wanted to have, that you could do so harmoniously and again, in a sustained fashion, which requires a huge level of confidence within you. Because what I'm getting on this point of confidence is whatever sort of visibility you are going to have, or for some of you, you already have this on the planet, I'm hearing hiding away. There may have been a period of time where you actually had to hide away in a sense, where you had to shelter your energy, your frequency for a period of time in order to become so internally connected with your soul, with your inner self, to become so deeply confident in who you are on a spiritual level that when you were revealed to the world, which by the way is happening now, you would be able to stand confidently, even with a lot of eyes on you or a lot of people absorbing or connecting with whatever it is that you're doing or creating. You were initiated into that place of confidence for this purpose, so that when you did, as you do now, or as you soon will, have all of that attention, that focus, that spotlight on you, you would stand clear, calm, and confident right in the middle of it, because you know who you are in a way that only one who's gone through, I'm hearing the fire, the trials of fire, the isolation, the intense spiritual awakening could know who they are. Only someone who's been through all of that could truly know themselves on such a deep cosmic level that they would have this unshakable sense of confidence. And I'm getting this confidence about you. It's been established. You've done this. You've come into this place of confidence. And the thing is, it radiates so naturally that you wear it as effortlessly as you wear your own energy, as you wear your own skin. It literally is just a part of you now. It's not something you actively have to put on. It's not something you actively have to think about. Although I do feel that for many of you, you did do a lot of active work on that solar plexus chakra, on that seat of confidence and self-identity. You may have spent a long time really stabilizing yourself. I'm hearing core work, stabilizing your core. I mean, for some of you, maybe this is related to your actual ab muscles, like exercises with your core or your abs or your breathing or something like that. But I'm getting that you've created this core of stability within yourself. And it wasn't easy. It required you to go through these trials by fire, as we've been saying, to be refined through that fire so that what was left was what was true. And that's what I'm getting about you now. Everything about you now is what is true. It's what is authentic, because it's what is left after you've passed through the fire. And so you're ready now for something that you were not ready for before. And you're being asked to make that conscious connection, to consciously connect with the knowing, I am ready for this. Maybe even write that in the comments if it resonates for you. I am ready for this now. that is a really powerful affirmation to lock in. And by typing it, you are solidifying it even further, because I really do feel that readiness about you. And the time is now, as we started this reading by saying. So I am going to be shuffling here, and I want to know what else I can channel for our beautiful collective here. I got the name Charlie for someone. I'm also getting something about someone's dog. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles in the upright position. I'm hearing you're providing for yourself, but there's also something about order, structure, and self-discipline here. So you may be feeling, again, this intuitive push in some kind of direction, but I'm getting that along with that, you are feeling this desire to create some kind of structure around those actions that you are taking to, I'm getting like, support your feminine energy with a masculine container. What I mean by that is the feminine, of course, is very flowing, very creative, very intuitive, emotionally connected. And I feel that in that period of time where you were hiding away, so to speak, which isn't really fully the correct wording, it's the best words I can find, but you were really being sheltered. Your light was being protected so that you could focus on cultivating it, strengthening your conscious connection to it, and ultimately with the purpose of revealing it to the world, having it unveiled. And that unveiling has been happening now. But what I'm getting is that you are possibly feeling guided, like, you know what? I am going to start doing XYZ every day, or I'm going to make this plan and stick with it. And it's combining both your intuitive abilities, but also your abilities to be extremely persistent and self-disciplined, in the sense that you are willing to show up for your soul-aligned goals and desires in a structured way, in a consistent way, once you realize that your intuition is telling you that the time is now and pushing you in that direction. This isn't just action for the sake of action. This is you recognizing the push in a certain direction and choosing to structure the actions that you are taking towards this dream that you felt your intuition nudging you in for quite some time. But I really feel that nudge is becoming a full-blown push at this point. Like, I feel with this dream for a while, you felt it kind of resurfacing for you. You felt yourself sort of being nudged in that direction, but now it's becoming a full-blown push. Like, now is the time. Take the leap, take the jump. That's the energy that I'm getting here. And I see this is going to bring a huge amount of success, but something about this success, it really does feel global. It feels like it's having an impact on a planetary level, whether you're able to clearly connect the dots as to how that impact is happening or not. Because again, for some of you, this could be the invisible quantum ripple of whatever it is that you are sharing, creating, doing in the world. But that doesn't make the impact any less global or any less real. For others of you, this literally is you being known on a global level or being in the spotlight in some kind of way. And I keep getting this sense of like, the glass ceiling being shattered in a way. It's like you may have felt like there was this glass ceiling on your goals or your dreams where no matter how much action you tried to take in the past, you always felt like you were bumping up against some sort of invisible wall. But what I'm getting here is that glass ceiling has been shattered because it's time for you to be unveiled. It's time for you to have this global impact, and you're ready for it now because of the confidence that you've been initiated into. Can I get any more information on this? We also have the Knight of Cups in the upright position. So I feel that you are going to be getting some powerful invitations that are coming to you because people are feeling that you're living from your heart. There could be Libra, Scorpio, Leo, Virgo, Aquarius energy involved here. And with the Ace of Cups in the upright position, it feels like these invitations seem to lead to a massive amount of personal growth in some way, but also some kind of soul fulfillment. And I'm also seeing a sort of breakthrough here. This opportunity or invitation that comes in may take you in a bit of a new direction unexpectedly. So I'm getting that this could be something related to your work, your career, something you're doing or creating. This also could be in terms of friendships or romantic relationships. So take it however it connects. But something I'm getting very strongly is that the reason these invitations are coming to you is because you're living in your heart. So you're radiating that heart chakra, electromagnetic kind of energy that people are responding to by, I'm hearing, inviting you into powerful places or inviting you into collaboration or into friendship or relationship or something. And I'm hearing something about filling the void. What I'm getting is you may have felt as though there's kind of been this void lately in your life in some way, or maybe you feel like you yourself have been in some kind of void. And I'm getting that this is because of that period of time where you were being initiated, where you, in essence, had to be hidden away, so to speak, so that you could cultivate this frequency within yourself so that your energy was sheltered, protected through that process of, I'm hearing, amplification. It's like during that time, yes, you were building your sense of confidence, but your core was stabilized energetically, your energy was protected, and it was also amplified within that protection, if that makes sense. And now it's being unveiled to the world. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the cards here, and I want to pull a few cards from the Work Your Light Oracle deck because I haven't pulled from there in a little while, but I'm really feeling drawn to it. So I'm actually going to start with an emotion card. Okay, so what emotion card can I pull for our collective? We have the card relationships. I am attracted to those who serve my higher good. Wow, I feel like that in itself is an affirmation that really represents where you've been lately when it comes to relationships, in this state of truly only wanting to connect with people who are aligned with your higher good, people who are connecting with you from a high vibrational place, and being willing to surrender the friendships, the connections, the forms of interaction and communication that don't have the ability to meet you there. For some reason, I'm really feeling guided to share that I am really considering posting a video on how to take a quantum leap or quantum shift into your desired reality, because I have a system for doing this. I know there are many different ways to go about taking a quantum shift, but personally, I have a system that I've found works incredibly well, even within 24 hours for me whenever I want to take a quantum leap in my own life. So if you guys want to hear about that in a future podcast video, let me know. So let's go ahead and shuffle the Work Your Light Oracle. What can a card came flying out here. Okay. Don't dim to fit in. Wow, what a synchronistic card. We were literally just talking about how you are now only available for relationships and connections and interactions that are truly aligned with your soul, that are aligned with your higher good. And I feel something very important to remember here is that you do not need to dim your light or shrink yourself or dilute yourself. And that if you find yourself tempted to do that in order to get someone to understand you or see you or react to you in a certain way, that may be a sign to shine even brighter and to allow that person or that situation to be either attracted towards you or repelled away from you accordingly, knowing that in either case, you are going to stay aligned with your highest pathway. You are on this wish fulfillment timeline, and the people and things and relationships that really can connect with you on that higher energy will not pass you by. So let's read a little bit from the guidebook here, which again, I haven't done in a while. But the guidebook says, don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding and you are part of the universe. So expanding is part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice, and slowly back away, they are not for you and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. Wow, that's almost exactly what we were just channeling through. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. And I saw tulips in my mind's eye for some reason. They open and show their beauty regardless. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle again here. That felt like a really powerful message for someone, so I hope it reached you if it was for you. So I am back to the traditional tarot cards, and I have my 7 chakra stones here. So I'm not going to do a full 7 chakra read right now, but I might do that in a future video. I know some of you enjoy that style of reading, but I want to see if any of these chakra centers are jumping out to me as maybe holding a message. So there's something on the throat chakra here when it comes to either your own internal communication with yourself, like communicating your own truth. I'm hearing something about your internal dialogue. Interesting. I'm not sure how that connects. And a card just flew out here. The Hermit in the reverse position. Yeah, the sense I get here is once again that unveiling that we were talking about earlier in the reading, that at this point your light is meant to be shared with the world. Your authentic self is meant to be shared. I'm also picking up though, and I just heard when you share your voice, your truth, your light, you illuminate the way for others. So that's coming up strongly here. But I'm also picking up that you're going to be receiving communication from a certain person. This message feels really specific, so only take it if it connects. But with the Page of Swords, this could be someone who's either younger in terms of earth age, or there could be an age gap between you, or this could be someone who is a little bit less mature spiritually or emotionally, or just like earlier on their spiritual path in a sense. And they're also very conflicted with the Two of Swords. And I'm hearing when they're conflicted, you get silence from them. So this person may have been very silent lately because they're feeling conflicted. Someone here could be an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. I'm hearing that they are coming into their own truth. And the more this person is connecting with their own inner truth, the more it is going to push them to communicate externally in the physical world with you. So I'm getting the more that they continue to connect with themselves authentically, to realize truths about themselves, their life, maybe people around them or things in their life. I'm hearing this is going to dissolve blockages or barriers that have prevented the two of you from communicating in the physical world in the past. This is someone who missed some kind of opportunity or chance with you because they were experiencing self-doubt. They were doubting themselves. And so even though you were their wish fulfillment with the 9 of Cups in the reverse position, they chose the Hermit. They chose to pull back and isolate themselves. I'm hearing I need to work on myself. I feel like they told themselves, I need to work on myself right now, so I can't go towards this person. But there's a lot of sadness and heaviness I'm picking up on this as well, because I feel like they are extremely drawn to you, extremely attracted to you. I'm hearing like spiritually, mentally, and emotionally attracted here. And yet they chose to pull back and self-isolate because they doubted themselves. That's what I'm picking up on here. We also have the card, Will You Leave Me Like the Others? So I feel that this person has some kind of abandonment wound that actually makes them act avoidant at times because they were afraid that you would futuristically lose interest or abandon them. And I'm hearing that you've come into this place of empowerment where you are not willing to overcompensate for other people's fears in relationship. So what that means is you probably sensed that they had this wound, and in the past you would have overcompensated by kind of dipping down into their vibration and kind of compromising a little bit of your own power to make them feel more reassured in that energy, but you're no longer willing to do that. And I feel that somehow triggered this person into pulling away, but it kept you preserved for your highest timeline. With the card, you are too nice, I don't deserve your kindness, and I can't express myself. I'm hearing pure soul. This person feels you have a very pure soul, like a pure heart, pure intentions. I'm hearing I don't want to ruin it. Maybe they sense that about you and they're afraid of somehow kind of like tainting the purity of your heart or your energy by being more open and honest with you about what they perceive to be as their own messiness or their own flaws. We also have the card, don't wait for me, please. So I almost feel like this is someone who, even though this would have gone unspoken, they would have pulled back to prevent kind of keeping you holding on to something that they didn't know whether they could fully sustain in the future. And so I feel like this person felt like, in a way, they felt like they were doing you a favor by pulling away. I'm hearing you don't know the truth. Maybe they feel like there are parts of them that you are not aware of or don't know about. I'm hearing hardships in their life, things they're embarrassed about. Some of this may have to do with their family for some of them. And I'm getting that they almost told themselves that they were doing you a favor by just pulling away instead of moving forward, even though you were their wish fulfillment. We also have life without you is hopeless, dark, and depressing. I miss your light. So yeah, that's the confusing element here, is this person is actually missing you. I'm hearing specifically missing your conversations. I'm seeing a candle. I don't know why that's coming up here. Missing your conversations really heavily. And yet they're still in that Two of Swords energy. They're still feeling as though there's nothing they can really do about it right now. But again, the fact this is all coming out on the throat chakra tells me that this person may be reaching out or communicating in some kind of way. I'm hearing in and out. Maybe you feel like they're in and out of your life and they're going to kind of drop back in at some point. Now, of course, it's entirely up to you whether you're receptive to that communication, because what I'm getting for some of you is you're really holding the line. You've raised the standard on how you want to be communicated with or what you're available for. So for some of you, for a while, you were more available for that in and out kind of communication, for people kind of dipping in and out of your higher timeline. But I'm getting that now you may be holding the space for more consistency. So for many of you listening, because you've learned to offer that consistency to yourself internally, because you've come to that place of wholeness, you may actually have lost interest in any connection that is not meeting you with the same consistency. Yeah, what I'm picking up strongly is that you've had these people, whether it's friends or maybe romantic people, who do tend to like weave in and out of your timeline or your reality. And when they disappear, I feel every time, even though you understand that it's just because they've lowered their vibration, they're experiencing self-doubt, they're no longer able to connect with you, it still affects you in some way. It still hurts you emotionally when people choose to just ghost or disconnect and then come back in. And I feel that for many of you, you've chosen to protect the purity of your own heart and your own intentions by only being available for connections that are not just showing up for you kind of like sporadically and spontaneously, but connections that are truly consistent, that you can rely upon in a different kind of way. So of course, listen to your intuition on all of that. But I do feel regardless, this person is going to try to communicate with you with the Nine of Cups reversed, that they feel as though you are the one that they've wanted. You represent this wish fulfillment to them. But I'm picking up more than that as well. There's something about how I'm hearing you both caught glimpses into a shared future potential timeline. And I'm picking up on a connection specifically here that didn't necessarily have a lot of interaction in the physical. This may be hyper specific for someone. I'm getting something about the month of December. But I'm getting for someone that you may have not even really spent much time with this person in the physical, but it felt like you spent more time with them than you actually did. And the reason for that is because of the underlying energetic connection, because of how connected your souls are, and also because there is this futuristic potential timeline together that you've both been catching glimpses into. So you may have caught glimpses into a timeline where you and this person were creating a vision together or working together. I feel like there's some overlap in your soul's purposes or your soul gifts or talents. You may have some shared interests, and I feel that somehow you may have caught glimpses into a future potential timeline where you and this person were creating something together or starting a business together or bringing a vision to life or like collaborating in some way. And it was such a beautiful vision, but it wasn't just a vision. It quite literally was a glimpse into a potential futuristic timeline. And I'm getting that that is part of what still feels like it's tying the two of you together. It's that futuristic potential timeline still technically exists out there in the quantum realm, and you're both sensing it. You may even be dreaming about it in some cases. I do feel this person is going to try to communicate with the Ten of Wands that they've been really overwhelmed lately by their life, feeling like they have more responsibilities than they can handle. I'm hearing I can't take on any more right now. This specifically feels related to like friendships, community, family, or relationships, because it feels like they know that they can't handle another relationship right now for some reason because of all of the other heavy commitments and obligations that are currently present in their other relationships. I do keep picking up something about their family and feeling like overly responsible for family or almost like a caretaker here. That's sort of the energy I'm picking up on. But I do feel that this is someone with the Ace of Pentacles who also, when they come in to communicate, is going to share with you that in spite of all of this, they are moving toward some kind of new beginning, moving towards getting more grounded and stabilized in their life. And also, they may communicate after they've had some kind of recent breakthrough or something very good has happened. They've received some kind of good news that is giving them more hope that they really can solidify this more grounded energy in their life, that they can stabilize enough that with the Six of Pentacles, they could actually give to you in a more balanced, reciprocated way if the two of you were to move forward together. So I'm going to go ahead and close this reading here, but I am going to be moving forward to the extended reading on both Patreon and YouTube memberships. So you can listen to the extended reading either on Patreon or here on the YouTube memberships on the channel. I will leave links to both in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and close this reading out here. If this did resonate for you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. And I'm also so excited because we are super close to 300,000 subscribers here, which is so beautiful and amazing. And I am just so grateful to all of you here. I'll have to do some kind of special thing to celebrate for our community. I'll still think of maybe what I can do when we reach 300,000 to celebrate with all of you. But anyway, thank you so much again for tuning in. I'm wishing you a beautiful day, and I will connect with you here again in the next